Alright, so I know this topic is a couple days old now. I want to apologize for not getting this out sooner. Um, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, I was up till 4 in the morning, sick. And I just got back from work, so this probably isn't gonna be the rant, screaming, yelling, mad me that you'd probably want for this video, because it's necessary when you talk about this game. Um, but so yeah, I'm gonna do my best to talk about this. Keep in mind that I feel like crap. So yeah, diving into this game. First of all, congratulations to Clemson. Um, they won the game 29-23. We can argue about should they have won. Did they earn it? Did they deserve it? All those things. But at the end of the day, they did win. But to me, let's just start off at the beginning of this game. I was incredibly nervous, as I am for all these big games. I am an Ohio State fan, by the way. If you're a first-time viewer, thanks for watching. I am an Ohio State fan, as you can tell by that. So I had that sick feeling because not only never beating Clemson before, but it's a big game, big time opponent. I get this way for every Michigan game too. It's just how I am watching games, and I gotta tell you, watching that opening drive by what Ryan Day had designed up, the balls that that man had to attack one of the best defenses in college football like that, with a quarterback who people underrate, in my opinion, with his arm and his throwing ability. I mean, we just came out and we threw it and we threw it and we threw it. And then you had the amazing Garrett Wilson catch. They stopped the clock by reviewing it, which killed the momentum. I guarantee you, if they would have just let it go, called it a catch, I guarantee we would have scored that first drive. I mean, we just had all the momentum. We had everything going our way until that clock stopped. Not saying excuses, but I'm just saying that's just how it went. End up kicking field goals. Defense came out, played lights out, played fantastic. I mean, that's probably top 10 hardest playing I've ever seen Ohio State as far as aggressive, ready to go. I mean, this team looked fantastic. This was not the team you seen that played Wisconsin. This looked like the best team in the country. Clemson came out. I mean, this game went basically how I said it would go. And I'm not trying to be cocky or take credit or anything like that. But I said that what would happen is Ohio State would come out and be aggressive, get up early, probably go into halftime with a big lead. Clemson would come out at halftime and start fighting back, and it'd be close to the fourth quarter. What actually happened was Ohio State was aggressive, got up early with field goals, not touchdowns. You can't beat big-time teams like Clemson with field goals. And I know there was somebody who commented on one of my videos talking about the prediction for this game, calling me a clown and all that, and then they deleted it. I was going to respond to the troll, but they deleted it, and I can't scream and yell right now, but here's what I will say. I respect Clemson as a football program, as a football team. They're one of the best in the country. Dabo Swinney is a good football coach. They got a good team. They got good recruiting. But to me, as a viewer of that game, you can't sit back and tell me that there wasn't an obvious motive as far as who ESPN wanted to win this game with the announcing. Guys like Kirk Herbstreit, who have been Ohio State guys, were just worshiping Clemson. It was ridiculous, and it was a joke. Um, and it was sad because it's like these games should be treated um, equally and fair. I mean, these are two of the best teams in the country. Um, and they acted like Ohio State was just terrible. To me, watching this game, I know who the better team was, and the better team lost. I'm sorry. Clemson fans are trolling and yelling and saying Ohio State tears, whatever. Um, this game to me was a game of momentum. You had Ohio State, who J.K. Dobbins was doing what Ezekiel Elliott did in 2014, and that's when I got excited because I was like, this is something special. This team has the ability to go all the way and win the title. I still think if we would have won the game, I still think we could have won the title. I think there's no doubt this team was special. But Clemson got every big time momentum swinging call. The Shaun Wade targeting call. The rules of targeting does not say that you can't hit somebody with your head, with your helmet to their head. The rules are you can't hit them with an intent to hurt, use yourself as a missile, come in with the crown of your head. What Shaun Wade was doing was tackling. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You can disagree. He tackled him. That's what he did. It was a good hit, good play, drawn up great by Jeff Hathley, and he got thrown out of the game for it. Am I surprised? No, because I said it from the start. It's obvious where ESPN wants this game to go. It's obvious where the refs want this game to go, and I'm not the kind of person that comes on and blames the ref for everything. But people make fun of Ohio State fans for saying Ohio State, or not Ohio State. Make fun of fans for saying Ohio versus the world. This is what we're talking about. This is it. Ohio State should have won that game. Shaun Wade should have never been ejected. Shaun Wade's one of our best players. He's a guy he's not Damon Arnett, he's not Jeff Okudah, but he's a guy who can play that corner safety position, and he does it great. I mean, and he got taken out of the game, and you've seen what happened. You've seen the momentum shift. It was ridiculous. The J.K. Dobbins touchdown that was ruled incomplete. There's more of an argument for this play because, yes, the ball does move at the end. The rule is you got to maintain possession. But with that being said, even if it was the right call, if that was Clemson, if that was Alabama, if that was LSU, that's called a touchdown. And you can't tell me it wouldn't be, because I've seen this too many times where it's just how it is. Ohio State always gets the short end when it comes to calls. Trying to think of some other things that happened. There's a couple missed face masks, a couple missed holdings. And then the major one that everybody talked about. And I know, to me personally, I think the refs stole 14 points from Ohio State. I know Clemson fans argue with that all day. And by the way, this isn't the rant. This isn't the disrespectful screaming at you like I planned, because I planned on coming on here screaming at the top of my lungs saying this is, screw you ESPN, screw you Clemson, screw you refs, screw you Clemson fans. But I that's just not the me you're getting today. After this video, I'm probably going to go chug a gallon of medicine. I mean, I just feel terrible. But the major call was the strip for the touchdown return. This is the major one. And if you look back at the score, 23-29 Clemson, if this was not ruled wrong, Ohio State wins this game. I'm sorry. And I think Clemson fans can admit that. There's some idiot Clemson fans, and I'm not trying to call them out. I know I got a Clemson fan who watches or has watched my coverage of leading up to the Fiesta Bowl. And, that's a guy who's a good fan. I mean, he understands the truth. He understands that the refs gifted Clemson. And, I mean, they gifted Ohio State sometimes there. But there's some Clemson fans, and a big one, and I'm not calling him out, but there's a guy named Pigskin Pete on YouTube who claims to be unbiased, claims to be reasonable. And I was like, great, this is a guy who I respect. He'd be able to call things like it is, no matter if it's for Ohio State, Clemson, whoever. And basically, he comes on and he just talks all kinds of trash, saying it was a fair game and all that, and saying that it was an even game. I mean, to me, no disrespect, but if you watch that game and you think those teams were even, I'm sorry. Ohio State was the better team, and I think Ohio State had the better coaches. And I know that's controversial because of the names that Clemson has, but if you're telling me just going by the chess match, Ohio State wanted it more. They wanted it bad. They played like they wanted it more. They coached like they wanted it more, and they got it stolen from them, in my opinion. The last drive, Justin Fields throws the interception. It happens. Despite the missed calls and the unfortunate situations, we were still in it up to the end. And I mean, the refs aren't an excuse. I'm not trying to say that, even though I still believe they are a legitimate excuse for this game. But Chris Olave, if he keeps running, that's touchdown. Justin Fields also missed a wide open J.K. Dobbins with nothing but green grass. So it is what it is. I think this is going to bite ESPN in the butt because the college football playoff system, to me, is ran and controlled by ESPN. The ranking shows are on ESPN. Everything's through ESPN. So what ESPN wants is what's going to happen. ESPN wanted Clemson to win this game. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be this guy, but I'm sorry. That's just the truth. I mean, it is. And if you want to admit it or not, that's up to you. But to me and to the majority of people, Shaun Wade should have never been thrown out of that game, and that strip for the touchdown return should have been a touchdown. And the ruling on that, you have to have undisputable evidence. There was no evidence at all going against that. I mean, the stupid guy in the ESPN booth, well, I want to see it in full speed. I think I'm lagging here. But, if you look at it, the guy catches the ball, pulls it out here, starts to try to make a move to get away, and Okuda knocks it out. That's just what happens. I mean, it's sad, but good news is Joe Burrow is going to get revenge for Ohio State. I said I would probably pick the winner of this game, the Ohio State-Clemson game, to win the national title. I'm not. I'm picking LSU. And I'm picking LSU because I've seen drastic improvements from their defense. I think they're good enough to hold Clemson. I was less impressed with Clemson after our game, and that's no disrespect. I'm just saying I think it's more of what I thought before of the experience factor, as far as they've not been battle-tested. So now they have, playing what I think is still the best team in college football. And I think LSU will win because LSU, to me, this is just their destiny. I think they're destined to win the national championship with the transfer quarterback who was the second and third string at Ohio State in Louisiana. I think it's just meant to be. So, that's just my thoughts. Game doesn't fall on exactly one person, but as an Ohio State fan, it's sad because to me, this felt like this was something special. This shouldn't have ended this way. It should have ended in the national championship, win or loss. So, I mean, you can only control the things that you can control, and you can't control refs that want to screw you. So, with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications. I'm sorry this wasn't the happy, energetic video. Like I said, I planned on doing a rant, but I feel like crap. So, hopefully the next time I see you, will be better. So, Happy New Year. Thank you guys. I'm almost a year now on YouTube. Never thought I'd have this much success, if you consider this success. So, thank you. I appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.